It's been a heck of a year for you. How's 2023 been different than last year? I mean, you seem to be like swinging at a higher level this year.
Yeah, I think I definitely took a step up compared to last year, just physically, and yeah, it's been quite a lot of racing this year. I think that's the biggest change. I'm already at 63 race days, I think, so 20 more than I had last year already at the finish. So yeah, I think the bigger race load and being a bit more confident, also being a bit stronger, it's made a big difference, and especially this last month or so, I've taking a lot of confidence and being up towards the front of some of the big races. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to this last part of the season and hoping I can finish strong.
Yeah, let's talk about the last month because you finished your first Tour de France. You rode a heck of a World Championships. I mean, it's been a massive, big last month for you. And what has the finishing at Tour de France meant for you?
Yeah, it meant a lot for me. Obviously in 2022 going and then, crashing out, breaking my collarbone, it was pretty. Yeah, had a bit of a chip on my shoulder the whole off season, and was really just focusing on it and thinking about the race. And it also, going back this year, I was a bit nervous, because it's always in the back of your mind what it feels like to go home. And I really wanted to make it to Paris and also show myself. I mean, I feel like that was the biggest thing with 2022 is I didn't really get to show myself. I went, but I didn't make it into the second and third week and the kind of the medium mountain stages where I wanted to shine. So that was the biggest, kind of motivator for me over the off season. And then going into the race this year, I was, just looking forward to it. And especially as we got into the second week and the third week, and I started to get closer to Paris, it got pretty special. And rolling down the Champs-Élysées was even cooler than I could have imagined. I mean, it was really special. So that was kind of just to get the first one done, finish, make it to Paris, and I didn't get the results I'd hoped for, but I think I felt really strong in the third week and proved to myself I can ride a Grand Tour and handle that volume. So it was a big confidence booster.
And you kept it going over a week later at the Worlds, which was quite impressive. Also being the last guy that remained out of that escape before Vanderpoel lit it all up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I came out of the tour and had a few easy days with my girlfriend, just exploring Paris, and then I got back on the bike and I felt fresh, actually. Like, I felt super good, and I had San Sebastian the next weekend, so I was really, kind of had a goal in the near term to focus on, and San Sebastian is a race that suits me really well, and I went there and had some of my best legs ever, so that was a big confidence boost. And then the next weekend was Worlds already, so it was really just kind of one after the other, and I kind of had the confidence from being up there at San Sebastian that at Worlds I could do a good ride, and on that course I knew being in the front was going to be I went into that break with the goal of trying to make it into the final, and I think it saves so much energy being in the break compared to the peloton. So I think honestly it was an easier ride to kind of get into that last 100K compared to the guys in the peloton. So yeah, it was pretty special to be in the national team kit and at the front of the race, just with the even the whole week before with the U.S. national team. It's we don't get to race as teammates very much, so it was a good atmosphere and everyone was having a good time, and it was pretty special.
What's it like to be part of this generation that has so many good Americans that are racing right now? Also, you're in this generation with the Remcos and the Pogacars. It seems like it's a special time to be racing a bike. I mean, do you sense that? And also, are you just excited off of all this to go into 2024 and do more?
Yeah, I think, like you said, there's quite a few generational talents at the moment, and it seems like there's a handful of guys that are winning most of the races. But, yeah, I mean, guys like Remco, I've been racing since I was a junior, so it doesn't really feel, it's what I've been used to my whole career. So, yeah, it's kind of the familiar faces, but, I mean, the level's gotten so high. Talking to guys that raced 5, 8, 10 years ago, they talk about massive changes and everything, but I think kind of since when I've joined the pro peloton, it's just been a super high level, and that's kind of all I know, which maybe is a good thing, because then you kind of you're prepared for the worst, I guess, in terms of how hard the races are going to be. But
it's also a new normal for you, though. I mean, you're expected to race at that level, and you think that that's possible.
Yeah, exactly, and it's especially guys that I've raced with before, seeing the performances they're doing, and also seeing the the numbers that I'm doing, it kind of validates itself. It's an extremely high level, but it's not unreachable. It doesn't seem like unbeatable. So I think that's also a big motivator, seeing guys I've raced in the past like Remco doing so well, beating older guys who we watched on the TV as kids, beating them already. That's shows me that it's possible.
What are you doing differently looking for 2024? Have you already started thinking about how you're going to approach it differently?
Yeah, I've definitely started thinking about it a bit, especially my program in the spring. I think, the Ardennes are races that really suit me and, have been big goals in the past 2 years. But with the full Flanders Classics calendar I've done, I've always just gotten sick and injured in the spring and always kind of got to the end of the Ardennes on fumes. And I think that's something next year I'm really going to try and prioritize, getting there in peak form and hopefully maybe doing a few more stage races in the lead up, a few less one-day races to really get to my peak form and to try and do a good Amstel, Flesch, Liège. That's really what I'm motivated for next year.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks.